Sensitivity is not a weakness, and I really need more people to understand this because for the longest time, I genuinely thought that there was something wrong with me. Hey besties, it's Hope reporting live from my own personal peaceful bubble, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about sensitivity, being too emotional, as people say, and feeling things too deeply because I feel like there's a topic that nobody really talks about, and they should. I thought I was too emotional, too sensitive, too soft, too affected by things. And growing up, being called sensitive never actually sounded like a compliment. It sounded embarrassing. Like people were basically saying, you feel things too deeply, you take things seriously, you cry too much, you're too emotional. So eventually, I started hiding that part of myself. I stopped expressing emotions openly. I stopped allowing myself to cry in public or around people. I started acting strong. I started pretending things didn't affect me even when they did. And honestly, I think a lot of sensitive people do this. Because when the world constantly treats sensitivity like a weakness, eventually you start feeling ashamed of your emotions. But now that I'm older and reflecting on my life properly, I realized sensitivity was never the problem. The problem was that I never learned emotional regulation. I only learned emotional suppression. And those are two very different things. Suppressing emotions doesn't make you strong, it teaches you to hide yourself. And eventually, those emotions come out in other ways: overthinking, anxiety, isolation, people pleasing, emotional exhaustion, shutting down, crying over little things, feeling overwhelmed constantly. Because emotions, they don't just disappear because you ignore them, they stay inside the body. And I think one of the saddest things that ever happened to me was slowly believing that softness made me weak. Because being sensitive also means that you love deeply, you notice things deeply, you care deeply, you feel beauty deeply, you empathize deeply, you understand deeply. And that is not a weakness, that is emotional depth. Honestly, some of the most emotionally intelligent people I know are sensitive people. The difference is that they learned how to protect their sensitivity instead of being ashamed of it. Because, yes, being sensitive without boundaries can be painful. You absorb people's emotions, you overthink interactions, you replay situations in your head, you become emotionally affected by environments. But sensitivity is not the enemy here. The lack of emotional safety is. And I think a lot of sensitive people grew up feeling emotionally misunderstood. So instead of learning how do I regulate my emotions, we learned how do I hide my emotions so nobody judge me. That changes a person deeply. For me personally, I noticed that I became emotionally guarded. I would avoid things that triggered emotions. So I would avoid conversations, I would avoid crying, I avoided vulnerability because deep down I associated sensitivity with weakness, emotion with weakness. And girl, that mindset exhausted me, like, because pretending not to feel things takes so much energy. And now I'm slowly learning that strength is not becoming emotionally numb. Strength is being able to feel emotions without letting them destroy you. That's real strength. And another thing sensitive people need to hear: just because you feel emotions deeply does not mean you are dramatic. Please stop shaming yourself for being human. There's nothing wrong with crying, there's nothing wrong with caring, there's nothing wrong with feeling deeply. You just need emotional balance, boundaries, self-awareness, and safe environments. That's it. And honestly, I think the world needs more emotionally aware people, not less. Because some people are so disconnected from their emotions that they hurt people without even realizing it. Meanwhile, sensitive people usually overanalyze whether they've hurt someone accidentally. That says a lot. And I think a lot of sensitive people become beautiful creators, writers, artists, speakers, and emotionally intelligent human beings because they experience life deeply. Pain affects deeply, but beauty affects them deeply too. Love affects them deeply. Music, memories, connection affects them deeply. And that emotional depth can become powerful once you stop treating it like it's a flaw. So, if you are someone that has been called too sensitive their entire life, I need you to stop seeing emotions as proof that you are weak. Sensitivity is not a weakness. Unhealed sensitivity can become overwhelming, yes, but healed sensitivity that becomes intuition, emotional intelligence, empathy, human connection, creativity. Girl, that is powerful. And lastly, you do not need to become emotionally cold to survive this world. You just need to learn how to protect your heart without abandoning it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's something I'm still learning too. And this is an ongoing journey. And yeah. Oh my god, guys! We finally made it to the end of the video. This topic is really like it's close to my heart. And yeah, guys, so I would really love for you guys to comment down below if you've also been called too sensitive, because I want to let people out there know that they're not alone in this. And sensitivity is not a weakness. Softness is not a weakness. That's actually a woman's superpower, okay? So if you love this video, I would like for you to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, share with your people, comment what videos you'd like to see me do next. I can't believe this is the third sit down video I'm doing. Like, this is, these are milestones. And yeah, guys, I hope you love and enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed creating it for you guys. And I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next upload. Bye.